Hi guys, Rachel here with the Cackling Moon. Welcome to another Sippin the Tarot Tea. I'm going to discuss the topic of losing your spiritual mojo. Losing the tarot mojo. Not vibing with your cards. Feeling unmotivated. Taking a break. Taking a step back. We're going to talk about all those topics right now. Okay, you guys, so I know this isn't tea, this is water. I need to stay hydrated. And like, your girl's been having stomach problems the last 3 days. I need to stay hydrated. So losing your spiritual mojo, losing your tarot mojo. I don't even know what I want to call it. I always say I lose my mojo when it comes to like when I'm not in it, when I'm not feeling it, when I'm feeling like I'm in a funk. So we're going to talk about that. Tarot readers, and I'm going to talk about this from a perspective tarot reader. Obviously, I'm a tarot reader. This is what I do. But basically, I think a lot of people put on this people, not a lot of people, but not everybody, but some people. Some people will look at us as, and us meaning tarot readers, will look at us as superheroes, or they look at us as magical creatures, which great. I would love to be looked at as a magical, mystical creature, but I'm also a human being. As a human being, I get tired, you know, I get tired. I'm unmotivated. Sometimes I get unmotivated. Sometimes I'm lazy. Sometimes I'm not inspired, right? Sometimes I'm not positive. And I think that, a lot of times, people will think of us as like these mystical, magical creatures, and we just never have a downtime. We're never upset. We're never depressed. We're never unmotivated, all of the above, right? And then it's also sometimes our faults too, because some readers will also put up this like facade that we're all we're all magical and mystical, and we're all, you know, high vibe, and we're all perfect and all of the above, right? Which we know is a damn well lie. As I say this with my crazy hair. It's a damn well lie. Basically, we get tired. I get tired. I get motivated, and sometimes I'm like, you know, vibing high. And then there's times where I'm just like, I just don't even want to be looked at. Don't look at me, don't talk to me, kind of thing. And I know that that sounds so mean, but there's times where I just get like that, and I get in a mood. So tarot readers, yeah, we lose our energy. We lose our our sparkle. We lose our sparkle. And what do we do when that happens, right? So I know a lot of you guys who watch me are readers, and I'm sure that some of the stuff that I'm saying, you guys are probably like, yep, I feel like that. Yeah, I'm feeling like that right now. So that's why I'm doing this video. To say, for one thing, it's okay to feel this way. It is okay to feel unmotivated. It is okay to feel worn out, uninspired. It's okay to second guess your path. It's okay to second guess what you're doing. It's okay to take a step back or take a break. That's what I wanted to say first and foremost. I am personally, I will say now, I am personally going through my funk right now. This week, like I said, this week I've been having stomach issues. I've been having stomach aches and cramping. I had food poisoning on Tuesday. I was just like, I've just been out of it, you guys. It's been exhausting on top of that. Like, you guys know, when you're not feeling good, when you're not feeling yourself, it's exhausting. And then try doing that as well as like holding space for someone else, or try feeling like that when you're trying to, you know, manage a business, right? So that's been me this week. And basically what I had to do was learn to step back and learn to listen to my body. So my body was telling me this week, I'm tired, I don't feel good, you need to rest, you need to stay in bed, you need to sleep, you need to drink hella water and stay hydrated. So So that's what I started doing. And luckily I only had 2 bookings, 2 readings, and then I had 1 video reading, which I still haven't yet done because I'm taking a break. But I've had 2 live readings this week that I did not reschedule, which I kind of went back on my word of being a reader, saying, you know, when you're not feeling good, you should not read for other people and don't hold space for other people if you're not feeling good. To each their own, right? We all are judges of our own ability to do that. Some people can have a stomach ache and do a reading for other people. I held space and I did do a reading for 2 people this week, regardless of the way I felt. Your girl like chugged some Pepto-Bismol for one of them because it just wasn't feeling good. I just wanted to get through the reading. And it went good. Everything went fine. The reading flowed. My client told me that they were happy with what they, you know, they were happy. Like everything went good. So it was meant to be. But at the same time, I should have known better than, you know, to do that to myself, because it's not fair for me, but it's also not fair for the client. So God forbid, you know, God forbid, like something else were to happen and things would have went sour, but both clients were satisfied with their sessions. So I'm happy. But I do know also for the future, next time I ain't feeling good, I'm not doing it. So I learned my lesson. But like I said, to each their own. Some of you guys could handle it, some of you guys wouldn't. So that's why you have to be the better judge of your own abilities. So that said, what I did end up doing though is this week I went on my website and I cleared out all of my availability for my one-on-one sessions. So I'm not doing any live sessions for the whole month of August. I thought I was going to be able to do at least the first 2 weeks, and then I was planning on taking the last 2 weeks off for me time, vacation, and prep to do Halloween candles. But it isn't working out. The universe gave me, you know, my stomach ache and my stomach issues for a reason, and I always have to trust that these things happen for a reason. The universe did this to me to slow me the fuck down. That's what it did. I was going a mile a minute. I was like literally neglecting my household stuff, you guys. And by that I mean like my laundry schedule is like all over the place right now because I just like, I've been all over the place. I've had to rearrange my schedule with different things. I'm juggling like spending time with my husband when he's awake. I'm juggling like still making breakfast, lunch, and dinners. I'm juggling, you know, trying to stay clean with the house, but at the same time it's like like I'm in candle mode, and I feel like it's like when I introduce something new to my business, everything else has to change too. Everything else has to acclimate to something new that I add. So I just had a lot on my plate and I'm doing my best. But I get unmotivated and I get uninspired and I get tired and I get to the point too where I need a break. So I wanted to do this video, this tarot tea of that, to pretty much like admit to it that, yeah, like your readers, I don't care who you are or how long you've been doing readings, you're going to get tired one day out of the whole 20 plus years you've been doing readings, or you're going to get tired at least once a week, you know? It just depends on how much you're powering through it. But I don't care who you are, you're going to get tired. Like, you're a human being. And I think that that's like the big thing too for this video, is that so many readers, some readers put themselves up on this high pedestal, and it's like, it's almost like they're untouchable, right? I've come across readers that are like that, and it's so, it's kind of frustrating. Like, from my perspective, it's kind of frustrating because it's like, you're not hot shit, you know? Like, you're still a person, you're still a human being, and you gotta have a bad day. You're not always perfect, you're not always positive, you're not always this and that. And I'm not wishing like bad things on people, or I'm not saying like everybody should have a downtime, but not everybody. Like, I mean, nobody is going to be happy 24/7. And I'm a very positive person. I like to look at myself as rather positive and rather like, you know, love and light, that kind of thing. I do see myself as that. But I also see myself as realistic too. And I know that I have my bad days. You know, I do suffer from anxiety. I suffer from depression. I suffer from just being fucking moody. Like, that's just who I am. So I know, like, I just think that some people that I've seen, that put themselves on this high magical pedestal, that they're just like untouchable, is just complete bullshit to me. So yeah, so that's my 2 cents about that. But I also want to say too, like, for people who are watching this, that if you're not a reader, but you're maybe a client, okay, or maybe you have readers that you go to for your sessions and stuff, like, don't place your readers on high pedestals. I guess I want to say it like that too. Don't look at your reader as this like high and mighty person who's above you and above everybody, you know, because they're human beings. We are human beings. I like it when my clients respect me, where they know, like, I'm their reader, so they're, you know, like, how do I say this? Like, I like it when my clients respect me as they know I'm their reader. They're not going to, you know, they're not trying to befriend me to get a free reading from me. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of thing. They respect that relationship with me, that they know, like, okay, if they know that they could talk to me like a friend at one point, but if they want a session or if they want certain type of advice or guidance, they know that they're going to have to pay for my service. I love that when I have a lot of that with some of you guys. Where you do treat me like a friend, but you also treat me like your reader at one point. Like, you know how to switch it on and off. But I feel like it's kind of like, just look at your readers as human beings, you know. Sometimes we have off days, and I think that it's important that you guys acknowledge that, because there's going to be times where your reader is going to come to you and say, hey, I need to reschedule our appointment because of blah, 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 blah. Sometimes we reschedule appointments because we're not feeling good. Okay, that's like one of the biggest ones, because we're not feeling good. Or it's because something happened, you know, we have lives. That's another thing too, I think, is that a lot of people forget we have lives. I have a husband, I have cats, I have a family, right? Sometimes stuff happens. Hubby gets the day off randomly, and then we end up wanting to go spend time together. Sometimes that happens, but then it's like, oh wait, I have like 2 or 3 bookings today. Let me rearrange it so I can spend time with my husband, who I barely see because our schedules are opposites. Like, he's home right now, but his ass is asleep, and he won't be waking up till like 4 or 5. So, you know, it's just tough. Or sometimes I will reschedule an appointment because, like I said, I'm not feeling good. Family stuff comes up, or I'm not feeling it. Like, also sometimes it just happens where it's just like, you guys know, sometimes you wake up and you're just not feeling it. Like, you're like, oh, I don't want to go into work today. I just don't feel it. Same thing happens with me in my readings, you know? And so that happens. So when you guys get an email, or if your reader texts you, or however you guys communicate, and they tell you, hey, sorry to do this, but I'm going to have to reschedule. And they don't have to give you a reason why. They don't. They can reschedule, or depending on their policy, do they refund, you know? So it's different. Every situation is different, but don't get mad, you know? Don't get mad unless you're going on like your second or God forbid, but your 3rd time of being rescheduled. That's different. At that point, it's kind of like, it's up to your reader to be responsible and just refund the money. Like, if they can't do it, or they're whatever, if there's something going on and they just can't do it, refund the money, you know, just refund it. So that's why I wanted to say that too, is just like, we are not superhero creature, magical creatures that are never sick or never tired or never having a bad day. Like, we have bad days just like anybody else. And probably more often than anybody else, because we're working with energy. Like, we're working with your vibes, right? So I think there's a lot of readers out there that do, like, if you are a reader and you are not cleansing after your sessions, and you're just holding on to all of that energy from all of these sessions throughout the week, you are doing yourself a disservice. You guys need to check in with yourself and your body. You should be in meditation at least once a day and getting rid of that stuff, right? Letting it go. You should be saging, or you should be lighting some incense and doing a smoke cleanse. You should use like little sprays, buy those sprays from your favorite local metaphysical shops, or your favorite small business shops on Etsy and whatever. And use the sprays with the intention of cleansing your energy, because you guys are working with other people all the time. You're going to get energy, and I like to say it like this, you're going to get energetically sick, okay? If you're not releasing the vibes and the energy that you're sucking up and you're absorbing from your client sessions, it's going to get to you. It's going to get to you. And I know this for a fact because it happens to me all the fucking time. If you are experiencing headaches, constant headaches after your sessions, if you are experiencing nightmares every single fucking night, if you are experiencing I'm not a doctor, but if you're experiencing like random ass weight gain, or sometimes even bloating, you're holding on to that energy in a certain area of your body. For me, I store all my energy in my solar plexus. Like, that's just where it goes. I just know naturally when I'm doing a reading, it's all piling up in my stomach. And I'm a big girl. Like, I'm a big girl. I'm a plus size girl. And I know I hold the majority of my weight in my belly, which is also why I know I hold the majority of my energy in my belly. But for me, it's like, if I'm not like getting rid of it, then that's like excess weight, or that is excess, like, what am I trying to say? Excess bloat that's just stored there, right? And I know, like, as readers, like, I have times where I'm doing readings and I can't stop burping, or, I can't stop burping, or it's just like I feel like the gassy coming out. And that's usually like your throat chakra is calibrating like with your person. And if you're utilizing your throat chakra all the time, like me, I'm talking a mile a minute, I'm burping, sometimes it happens. And so I know for me, like, that's a physical symptom for me of like, I got a lot of stuff going on inside of me. I need to let it out. So if you're a reader and you're not like in some kind of a weekly cleanse, and not even weekly, you guys, I would say daily release, right? You're storing it, and you're just asking for it, for that stuff to manifest, that energy that you're holding on to that's not even yours. There you go. See a burp? It's not even your energy. It belongs to someone else, and you're storing their crap, right? Their stuff into your body. You're going to make yourself sick. So, I think we all have to realize, because sometimes even I do, like, sometimes I think of myself as like this, like, ooh, I am a magical being, or ooh, I'm like connected to spirit, and I'm different from other people, right? Sometimes it goes to your head, and sometimes you think about yourself like that, but you also have to remember you're a human being, and if you're not feeling good, and if your body feels off, there's something wrong. So this week has been a lesson for me. This week, it's all been about my stomach. Like I said, my solar plexus, right? My stomach has been off. And so that means, like, what I've been doing is at night, I meditate. I meditate every night, you guys. Every night, meditate. I imagine my body in my meditation, in my mind's eye. And I go through and I clear every chakra, right? I spend a lot of time in my belly area. And I cleanse every single night, every night. Sometimes I fall asleep before I get through all of them, but for the most part, I'm doing it, right? But I just think it's important. It's an important factor as readers that we should be doing that. We should be consistently making sure we are taking care of ourselves, energetically taking care of ourselves, because we hold a lot of space for people. We hold a lot of space. And if you don't do that, you're going to run yourself so thin. And next thing you know, you're going to be down and out, and you're not going to be able to do any readings for people because you just don't feel good. So trust me, I know, I've been there, done that many times. This has happened to me. And you would think after the first experience that I would learn, right? It's just like breaking a bad habit. It's breaking a bad habit. Like, it's so easy to end a session and then get up and go do my life. But it's like another thing to remember, oh wait, let me take an extra like couple minutes to regroup and release. And there's times, I will admit, I don't do that. So I'm just saying, from my own personal experience, we need to make sure we do that to take care of ourselves. Because burnout is a thing, and burnout is so common, you guys. Burnout is so common in every like kind of line of work. I think everybody who does something, who works, knows what that feels like. And it's just as common in the spiritual community. As readers, we get burnt out, we get tired, we need breaks, and there's nothing wrong with that. Don't feel ashamed if you need time out. It's probably a good thing when you do it, because you're going to better yourself and be more prepared and be ready for, you know, the next best thing that's going to happen. And a lot of times I find too, a lot of times that the universe makes me burn out. The universe has me take a time out from my readings right before something big happens. And so if I wish I would write this down, like this is something that I should write down more, that I should keep track of, because it would be actually really interesting to see just how often I have my like little burnouts, and just what happens after the fact. But I gotta say, like the one time I was feeling like really iffy about certain stuff, then the candles came into the picture. But this time it's like, I know I'm feeling this burnout right now because I'm preparing. It's like Spirit knows I'm physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically preparing, and then also inventory for fall. And fall is a big deal for me, you guys. So, and I'm sure it's a big deal for a lot of readers. Like you guys know, the fall season is probably the most abundant and most like richest time of the year for readers, because this is the time of year where your average person who normally doesn't think about tarot, it's actually on their minds, because this is the time of year that we want to get a tarot reading, or have a seance done, or have our palms read, or be invested in like the spooky stuff. So this is a big time of year for us, and I know it, and I'm feeling it. So I'm prepping. I'm prepping, but I'm also making sure I'm taking care of myself so that I could be 100% for this season, because I live for this time of year. The next 2 months, I live for this time of year. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of say that, like, don't hold yourself up so high that you that you think of yourself as like unbreakable, you know? And if you're a client, don't hold your readers up on such high pedestals and think that they're never going to be, you know, that they're never going to disappoint you, or that they're never going to, you know, ask for a refund, or they're never going to reschedule your appointment. You know what I'm trying to say. I think that there's some people out there that get offended when someone tells them, like, when their reader tells them, like, I need to reschedule. There's people that get mad over that stuff, and I don't know why. I know it could be an inconvenience, and I totally get it. It's an inconvenience, especially if it happens more than once. If it happens like once, I get it. Once is like, okay, there's no reason to get mad over that. But if it's like a repetitive thing with your reader, then maybe you need to find a new reader. Just saying. So so yeah, you guys, that's basically everything that I wanted to talk about in today's video. Is just kind of like, sometimes we lose our spiritual mojo. Sometimes we're just not feeling it. Sometimes we need to recuperate. Sometimes we put too much on our plates, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know? I love what I do. But I did certainly, within the last month, put a lot on my plate. So I'm working my way through it. And I'm taking a break. So I'm okay with that. I know I'll be back. But I think it's different. There's different perspectives on it because of, you know, if you're a reader or if you're not a reader, everyone has their own little opinions. But the main thing that I wanted to say with this video is that we are all human beings. I don't care if you're a tarot reader, a psychic, a fucking mind reader, if you have like all this magical, whatever the fuck you do, you're still a human being. And you will get tired, you will get burnt out from time to time. You're not perfect. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to say. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. I'm still doing me. I'm still taking care of my body. I'm still, you know, drinking my water and staying hydrated. I'm doing what I need to do to take care of self. But I did also want to put a video up there for you guys because I miss you. I miss being on YouTube. and yeah, I just wanted some new content. So enjoy. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye guys.